Evening peeps, welcome back to the channel. You've just watched the We Are Driven intro. We're still pushing Archie's journey, we're still pushing Bradley Lowry Foundation, so get yourselves over to Facebook, click all them like buttons and get yourselves onto the We Are Driven Facebook page. Go sign up, find out what's happening over there. Then once you've done all that, get yourselves over to www.justgiving.com/campaign/Archie's journey and drop a little donation on there if you can, please. Thanks. Right, let's just fire this up a little bit. Hello, Mez. How you doing, mate? Sean, evening, brother. Right. So tonight we're back with MRCs GTTCC. We're back with rounds 5 and 6 tonight. Both rounds coming from St. Croix. So we've got St. Croix C for race 1. It's the reverse track as well. Half an hour around there, and then we've got reverse track at St. Croix A as well. So qualifying will be at St. Croix C. Pretty long laps as well, so they won't get too long out on track. Well, they'll get the full 15 minutes, but they won't get many laps in that time, so we'll have to see how they get on. Right, just before we jump in the lobby, let's just see what sort of points we're looking at the minute. So after the first 4 rounds, Hirokram leading the way with 75 points. IGTSH Boskov in second with 70 points. P1 Dylan third with 61 points. P1 Don in fourth with 50 points. GTP Toby fifth with 47 points. Got Mental Nev 6th with 40 points. Vishko in 7th with 36 points. 2 drivers on 30 points there. We've got P1 Obi-Wan in 8th and GT Delhi B also in joint 8th. Fat Pickles Bro in 10th. He's on 29 points. P1 Mocking Weeks is on 25 points for 11th. JPH 99 12th with 23 points. Also on 23 points is Manny, P1 Manny, 13th for him, or joint 12th. And then we've got White Shark C2 driving for Team Samsung, and 15 points on the board for him. And if you look over to the left hand side, we've got Team Oliver Racing leading the way at the minute. They seem to be scoring the most average points per week. So picking up the championship lead at the minute. Right, just before we get into the lobby, still got merch available, people. T-shirts and stickers if you want them. Hit me up at darksmoker@googlemail.com or on the Facebook page if you want any of that. Let's get ourselves in then. Let's see what's occurring. Right, who have we got in the room? Only 10 drivers on track tonight. That's a shame. We've got Mocking Weeks, Vishko, Fat Pickles Bro, LFC Fan 07. Is this the new driver into Fusion League this week? Must be, because he wasn't here last week. Hirokram. We've got Obi-Wan, Manny, Toby, Boskov and JPH 99. Obi-Wan actually getting a qualifying ban this week, so he has to sit out qualifying. And we'll start from the back of the pack tonight. So it is a one-make race for race 1. All drivers driving the Renault Megane Trophy. Is it the Trophy? I don't even know which one that is. Smashed into by Manny. Look at that rear wing. Isn't that good? So let me turn the usual nonsense on. Let's see who we've got. Let's get ourselves on with JPH. I forget which way around this track is. Okay, it's not him we want. So we can stick with JPH. He's not far off. Starting a fresh lap here. Oh no, that's the wrong driver. Here we go. So if you were watching last night's P1 race, we're on the completely opposite side of the, well, it's a different circuit tonight from last night. So JPH then takes us down this start-finish straight into the awkward little tricky first turn. Carry a fair bit of speed through there. Got to be careful though, barriers are looming as you come around that turn. So I don't remember this track too well myself. I think I've only raced it once. I did quite like it once I've got into the flow of things. It's really nice around this first little sector if you get it right. Cutting all these apexes, then trying to catch as much of those as possible on the way through here. Down into this little left-right section. Then hard onto the brakes. Into this tight left. Onto this great big long straight now then. So you're obviously going to see positions get taken here if drivers are close enough. Getting a little bit of a toe off Mock in there is JPH. That'll benefit his lap times. Still on this great big long straight then. What's he got on the timing? 1:18.7. It's only his first hot lap. Tricky little left-hander coming up here then. Carry a fair bit of speed this way round. A little bit more tricky on the opposite way round. Then hard on the brakes in a second. Into this 90 right onto the bridge. Again, good place for overtaking if you're close enough down here. Left off the end of the bridge into the wiggly section. There is a bit of a tricky bump there, as you see JPH's car just getting kicked all over the place. You've just got to be careful of that coming off the bridge. Through this windy section now, again you can carry a fair bit of speed through here, and then it all tightens up at the end. The left then for JPH. So two 90-degree right-handers coming up right now. Now head down another pretty long straight into a 90 left, which then peels off left. Okay, and JPH not going for a hot lap this time. Allows Mock and Weeks back through. Into this 90, which then tightens and keeps pulling around to the left. Down into another 90 right. Very long circuit here tonight. Usually reserved for final race of the season, these sorts of long ones, but another long straight here then. Longish straight. Last couple of turns down to the start finish straight again, coming in the opposite way from last night's race as well. Both races coming from St. Croix tonight, so you'll see the different variations. Hard on the brakes again for JPH. Into this 90 left, little kink, back down onto this start finish straight. Again, if you get this one right, you carry all the speed through there. A little bit more tricky on the opposite way round, to be honest, that corner. And that is a track of St. Croix. JPH just putting in a 3:52.9 there. Let's get ourselves up front. Let's see what Boscoff's doing. So he's on a 3:43 pole position sitting time at the minute. Visho, closest rival, still 1.5 seconds back. Already 8 minutes into qualifying. 3 minutes 46 laps then. Yeah, great big long laps. Manny sitting in third at 3:46.1. Hirakram on a 3:49.5. JPH we've just been on board with a 3:52.9, but he did slow down halfway around that lap, so he's got a little bit of front end damage as well there. Toby 6, 3:55.0. Mocking in, did I say Toby 6? Toby 7th. Fat Pickles Bros just done a hot lap, I think. Yes, he has. 3:51.4, puts himself into fifth. Pushes JPH down into 6th. GTP Toby then 7th now, 3:55.0. Mocking Weeks in 8th, 3:55.0 for him. New driver LFC Fan 07, just on an outlap, and poor old Obi-Wan just sitting in the pits, having to sit out qualifying after a little bit of a mistake last week. Getting penalised for that, unfortunately. Shout outs for Boskov, IGTSH. It's not over yet, Mez. But he's putting on a good show so far. 1.5 seconds ahead of anyone else so far on this tricky circuit. First grid for race 2 as well. There's Manny holding that 3rd position. Again, long way around this circuit, so it takes a while for these lap times to change or positions to change. Here are Cram driving for Team Oliver Racing. Sponsor of the Wednesday night GR3 League. Promoting the maniacs who race trucks. That's what he's doing. I'll just see what he's got. He's coming around into this last section, so just a couple of corners to go before he hits the line. We'll see what he's got on the clock. 3:49 was his last lap. Got a little bit quicker, 3:46.3, then holds 4th for now. Boskov's just put in another 3:43 as well, 3:43.8 for him. GTP Toby then has gone and stuck in a 3:44.6, chucked himself into 2nd position on the grid. His V-Show down a position, he was holding 2nd, 3:44.7, he has just actually gone quicker as well. Manny unable to go quicker, so holding 5th now, as Mocking Weeks comes into 2nd, sneaks that position off him, 3:44.6, slowly closing up on Boskov's time. Just under 2 tenths down at the minute for Mocking. That was a pretty good lap from him then. Apologies, glugging coffee. Yeah, great lap from Toby as well, 3:44.6. Again, a long track this one, easy to make mistakes, plenty of corners to get it wrong on. But if you get it right, I can imagine it's very, very nice. Like I say, I've raced this track only once. Don't even know if it was this way round. Fat Pickles just getting it wrong, backwards. 5th position. So 13.5 minutes through this qualifying session. Minute and a half left for people to try and make a move. They will get to finish any lap they do start before the timer finishes. I think, anyway, I don't know about this track, it's quite a long wait. If people just cross the line when it ticks over, it's a good nearly 4 minutes waiting for them. We'll see though. See how accommodating the lobby host is. JPH then pushed all the way down to 8th, and he was in 5th earlier on in this qualifying session. LFC fan. So he's dropped out the lobby and come back again. So this is going to be his one and only time to try and better that 9th position. Boskov then coming round to finish a lap almost. I'll see what he's got when he crosses the line. This is going to be his last chance as well, I think. Yeah, about 10 seconds left on the clock. Through that last little kink then. So, ticks over the 15-minute mark. Boskov then is going to cross the line. And does he go any quicker? Not this time. 3:44.0 for him. So he holds pole for now. Mocking Week still out on track, but here a cram. Right at the end of qualifying, goes and chucks in a massive 3:42.3. That's 1.1 seconds quicker than Boskov's fastest. Where's Mockin just coming into this final turn? Are we going to see any other drivers move position? Yes, we are. I just saw LCFC fan in 4th. What happened there? What's Mockin Week's got then? It's looking like a pretty quick one as well. Oh, not that quick actually. 3:44.0. So he holds 3rd position. Toby 4th, then Visho 5th, Manny in 6th, Fat Pickle 7th, JPH in 8th, LFC fan in 9th. Okay, yeah, so he was in 4th. Let's just wait for him to cross this timing line and he'll regain his position. Yeah, so he did put a quick lap in then. What is he, 1.7 back from race leader. 3:44 for him then. That's a good last little stint for LFC fan then. Yeah, he's pretty quick. I've seen him race in other lobbies as well. Hirakram, he's yeah, pretty damn quick. Take nothing away from Boskov though, he's quick as well. So here we go then. 30 minutes round this long circuit. How do they get on? Seems like everyone kind of got a bit of a grips with it. Obi-Wan unfortunately not able to get a qualifying lap in, so starts from the back of the pack. Can't see the lights, so we'll just have to wait for them to get off. Revs are all up though. Go on. Oh, we've got problems. We've got problems. Not sure what's happened there. Okay, so Don's trying to get into the race. He did say he was going to turn up lastminute.com. Toby, don't do that. Come on. Oh, maybe his PlayStation crashed. All right, we'll have to wait a couple of minutes for him to get that fired back up then. Where is Don? He's not even in the room yet. Toby's got the dreaded blue screen. Hopefully he gets it sorted out and we can get him back on track and racing. Please show the battle for first. For the rest of the race. Yeah, I can't do that. Don't worry, we always try and keep up with the guys at the front. If there's a good old battle mid-pack as well, we'll keep up with that as well. Toby's back, great. PlayStation has fired back up. Where's Don then? Come on. So 10 drivers on track, just waiting for P1 Don to actually get in the lobby. Come on, Don. Come on, Don. Come on, Don. Gives a couple of the guys a few more minutes to get some practice in. I don't think Mocking Weeks will leave it that long before he actually fires up the race. Come on, Don. Taking the mick now. Let me get some coffee down my neck so I don't forget it and it goes cold. Don is testing his internet. Shove 3 more potatoes in it, Don, and it might be alright tonight. What's he testing it for anyway? Surely he knows how good his internet is. Come on, Don. You know the score. Kick the missus off Netflix. All that stuff. So if you have just joined us, we're just waiting for P1 Don to get himself in the lobby. Again, I don't know how much time Mocking Weeks is going to give him. Nobody being a maniac today. Nobody spinning around, going backwards, doing handbrakes. Very well behaved tonight. Shame. Yeah, it can be a bit tricky whether you know, knowing whether to actually start the race or hang about, how long to actually wait for before you start annoying the other drivers, you know. Can't all be about that one guy we're just waiting for. Ah, there we go. There's some idiocy. Look, people reversing up the track. Guys going for a reverse race just while they wait down the down this long straight. Come on, Don. Now you are starting to take the mick a little bit. Here he is. Right, get in a car. Pick the right one. It's the Renault, yeah? Because he's a late comer, he will now start from the back of the pack. Oh, it'd be interesting to know whether he starts behind Obi-Wan, to be honest. We'll get ourselves on track, though. We'll get ready for this one. P5. Is that an Elite 1, is it? Mocking Weeks then, just getting everyone into their positions. There's Hirokram going for that reverse lap. I think we've got everybody on track. We're still waiting for Don, I think. Still only 10 drivers on track. Come on, Don. You've got to get on track before we can start this race, or otherwise it doesn't work. We've waited around for nothing. He's in. He's got the right car. He's got the correct livery as well. Right, here we go then. Try this for a second time. So Hirakram on pole then, Boskov second. Was it Mockin who managed to squeeze himself into third? Or did someone else manage to punch their way into that position? I think it is Mockin. It is. So LFC Fan in fourth, Toby in fifth, Mishko in sixth, Manny in seventh, Fat Pickles in eighth. JPH99 in 9th, P1 Obi-Wan 10th, and Don in 11th. So he does start right at the back of the pack then. So we'll stick with Hirakram and wait for these lights to drop, and we'll get away again. Good start by Hirakram, no wheel spin, great big pile of wheel spin by Boskov. He's under pressure for that second place. Mocking weak side by side. He should have the inside line as well into this first turn. Coming under pressure from the outside as well from LFC Fan 07. Toby as well trying to push his way between Mocking Weeks and Boskov. LFC Fan right in the mix, but Hirakram just pulling away a little bit, just half a second gap currently. Boskov then manages to hold that second. Mocking Weeks third. LFC Fan in fourth, Toby fifth. Show in sixth. Oh, looking to move up the inside through there, but has to then run to the outside. It's going to slow him down. Fat Pickles in 7th, JPH in 8th, Obi-Wan into 9th, so making up a position past Manny. And Don still just sitting at the back of the pack as Don sweeps his way through and gets past Manny as well. Manny now at the back of the pack. Here they come then. All in a line, everybody looking for a toe down here. Great big long straight. There they all are, snaking across the track. Nobody wants to miss out on that slipstream. I'm on PlayStation with a keyboard. That's what I'm on. Boskov then getting the toe, tries to make a move up the inside into this tricky little left. Doesn't work out for him. Still got Mocking Weeks for company. Top three then starting to break away a little bit. LFC Fan 07 in fourth, just at the front of that next pack, about half a second back from Mocking, maybe not even that. Everybody still pretty tight together, everybody on the bridge at least, nobody been left behind. Hirakram then still holding that half a second lead. Boskov closing up again under braking, dragging Mocking with him. Mocking Weeks then holding that third position. Looking for the wide line into these turns, try and carry as much speed through as possible. So LFC Fan has closed the gap back up on Mocking. Could be putting the pressure on him soon. GTP Toby then holding fifth position, not too far off the back of LFC Fan either. Little bit of a gap to V Show, but less than a second. Same again between himself and Fat Pickles, just over a second then back to Obi-Wan. Again, same for P1 Don, just 1.1 seconds between those two. Manny's got himself back past JPH into 10th, JPH 11th. Maybe a little mistake from the 11th place driver, I'm not sure. Hirakram still leading though. Boskov hot on his tail, still got Mocking Weeks in third. Let's get ourselves on board with a bit of Mocking. Big eye full of rear view mirror as well, with Toby just in the background, losing a bit of time through that speed. He's got LFC Fan hunting him down. Just within slipstream range of Mocking Weeks, but under pressure then. We watch LFC Fan pull out, try and lose his penalty down here as well. Doesn't go for the move then, uses the extra speed to just lift and coast through there. Pack just starting to stretch out now. Again, nobody really being left behind. But now pulling a little bit of time over Toby. The gap up to a full second between third and fourth. We'll just look in front. There is Boskov and the Hirakram fight still kicking off. Just 0.7 of a second Mocking Weeks has got as well between himself and Boskov. Still well in this fight then. Don't worry, I'll keep my eye on the win. Holding that second. Hirakram comfortably in front at the minute, under no real threat. Boskov doesn't seem to be going for a move just yet. That might turn into something a little bit different down this long straight coming up. Yeah, we'll get ourselves back on board with Hirakram. I'll change that view up a little bit. So just 0.4 of a second between himself and Boskov, well within slipstream range down this long straight. Boskov already closing up. Is this straight long enough for him to get it done? I think it could be here. Closing up massively now. Swings his way out. Gets his way back into first place, but can he hold it? We've got another quite long straight coming up in a second on this bridge. Mocking Weeks is still right there with these two. Just has to back off on the run into the bridge. There's Mocking Weeks closing up under braking. Real good battle turning out for first, second and third here. Almost into the wall there for Hirakram, but avoids it. So half a second gap between himself and Boskov now. Looking to close up. Mocking Weeks still right there. Big old gap between Mocking and fourth place now. Everyone through there cleanly. Boskov still holding that half a second lead. Mocking Weeks looking for a totally different line through here. Livery's looking good tonight, gentlemen. So Boskov then still just half a second in it between himself and Hirakram. Mocking Weeks still there. So yes, there is 2.5 seconds between third and fourth place. There is third place Mocking Weeks. Toby then holding fourth at the minute, but again 2.5 seconds back. Visho into fifth. LFC Fan losing another position down into sixth, but not having a bad first race in Fusion League, to be honest. Fat Pickles seventh. Almost 2 seconds back from that fight himself. He's got P1 Don slowly closing up on him as well, just a second back. P1 Obi-Wan is 1.4 seconds back in ninth, pulling Manny along with him. And then JPH, unfortunately, is a little way back himself, 3.6 seconds. Sorry, 3.9 seconds, now 4 seconds. Again, still nothing in it. Check this out. Absolutely nothing in it between these three. Hirakram looking for another move, waits for this long start finish straight. Can he carry the speed? Mocking Weeks might be able to use the toe off both of them here and chuck himself. Oh, going for 3 wide into turn 1. Now going for 2 wide. Hirakram and Boskov. Mocking Weeks just able to carry more speed through there, avoiding action between those two, costing Boskov. Although he's looking to come back at Mocking Weeks for this, wrong side. Yeah, just have the inside through here. Mocking Weeks gives it to him. He didn't really have much of a choice through there. Boskov then back on the hunt. Nowhere for Mocking to go. Gives Boskov a little nudge back towards Hirakram. Keep them both in that chase for that first place at the minute. Again, Mocking just carrying a bit more speed through these tighter turns than these pair by the looks of it. Able to hang on to the back end of Boskov, carry a fair bit of speed through those corners as well. Here it is, onto this long straight then. Boskov in the slipstream of Hirakram, Mocking Weeks in the slipstream of Boskov. Halfway up this long straight. Mocking Weeks, unfortunately, not able to close up. Boskov is though. Uses the slipstream, chucks himself back past into first. Has he gone too wide? Can hold the inside line now onto the bridge as they come up there. But next gen Hirakram carrying a lot more speed. He's got his car in front. Boskov really ought to relinquish that position. Oh, it was literally a headlight next to Hirakram's car. Hirakram getting a little bit of a nudge from... Okay, maybe this is a bit of strategy from Mocking Weeks. Just saving a bit of fuel behind these two maybe. Trying to save his tyres. Allowing these two to battle it out, wear their tyres down, use their fuel up. Oh, a bit hot into there though for Mocking. Again, I've not looked at tyres. What tyres are people on? Let's have a quick flick through. So just racing softs for Hirakram. Again, racing softs for Boskov. This is why Mocking's able to carry so much speed. He's on the super softs. So we want to be looking after those for as long as possible. He's done pretty good so far. Already over 10 minutes into this race. And not a lot of wear showing on those. So just playing his strategy right. Getting himself in that slipstream. Not using the fuel. Not having to use as much torque and power to get the speed. And therefore saving his tyres as well. Able to use the slipstream around the corners as well a little bit. Helps him on the way out as well. Gap between themselves and fourth place coming down though. Toby is now only 1.8 seconds back. Still being hunted by LFC Fan, who's got himself back past Visho. Visho looking to get that position back. Still within slipstream range. Probably not before the end of this straight. So holds 6 for now then Visho. Don up into 7th. He's only 2.5 seconds back himself from that 6th position. Fat Picklesbro loses a position then to Don into 8th. Manny gets up into 9th position. Obi-Wan unfortunately down in 10th. JPH 8 seconds down in 11th. But while I was doing that I completely forgot to look at people's tyres. So LFC Fan, he's on a set of softs. Super softs for Toby. Got softs on for Visho as well. A little bit wide there for LFC Fan. Toby goes through. Visho's probably going to get that position as well. Yes, he does. 2 positions then for LFC Fan, unfortunately. So Don on the racing soft tyres as well. Fat Pickles, super softs on board for him. Manny has just got the softs on. And Obi-Wan just the softs, and just the softs for JPH as well. Here we go, still nothing in it between these three. Pulling a little bit more time over Toby again. Back onto this very, very long straight. Mocking Weeks tucks himself in behind Boskov, who's carrying a little bit more speed than Hirakram. So closing up on these two again. Absolutely side by side, but Hirakram just holding the inside line through this left-hander this time. Does give Boskov the opportunity to chuck one up the inside through there, and then holds the line into the turn onto the bridge. Mocking Weeks trying to look for a way through there maybe. Here they go again then. Big long straight for them to try it. Boskov closing up a little bit. Not close enough before the end of the bridge, I don't think, Boskov. Not without causing some sort of chaos or mayhem. Mocking Weeks still tucked under that rear wing though, first, second and third. What is it? Just 0.5 of a second between these three. Hugging that left-hand side of the circuit. Giving no opportunity for anyone to get up the inside. Exploring those track limits there, Hirakram. Got to be careful. He's being very adventurous on the exits of some of these turns. Just got to be careful he doesn't dip a wheel on the grass, spin himself round, chuck it all away, give it to Boskov and or Mocking Weeks. Great battle between these three though. Another little bit of a straight for Boskov to maybe make the move on Hirakram again here. Pulling a lot more time from 4th place now, 3.6 seconds. So yeah, using the slipstream from each other and the bump drafting and things like that just allows them to pull away a little bit. Again, into these last couple of turns, Hirakram still leading, almost wide into the barriers there. Boskov looking for a move around the outside as they hit this start-finish straight. Again, Hirakram just got the inside line for turn 1. Boskov is slowly but surely getting up next to him. I don't think he's going to be able to get past him before the end of the turn. Mocking Weeks just backing off on the way into that one. Again, just happy to let these two fight it out. Tries to run around the outside, thinks better of it, could have ended in tears for him. Again, I think Mocking Weeks is just playing the long game on those super softs, just allowing these two to battle it out, wear the tyres out, wear the fuel out. Boskov then looking to run around the outside of Hirakram again there. Hirakram carries the speed. Mocking Weeks is looking to follow him through, gives plenty of room to Boskov. Oh, bit of contact on the way out, but still clean. Side by side through here. Boskov's going to have the inside line into this next turn. Who can carry the speed through it though? It's a tight corner. Boskov goes tight. Mocking Weeks looks for a way to switch back down the inside. Doesn't work for him. Just gives Boskov a nudge. Look to close that gap up again on the 1st place driver. Onto this long straight again then for lap 5. Over the halfway point of this race. Everybody's got enough fuel on to finish. We'll go back through and have a look at that in a second. Boskov thought about it up the inside of that left again. Hirakram still covering off that inside line. Knows that Boskov is not close enough to make a lunge into the bridge here either. Really good race between these three. But that's enough of you lot. Let's have a look what's happening back here. GTP Toby then still being harassed by V-Show. He has made up another position. Oh, these two both got past LFC fan earlier on, didn't they? But he's now looking to pile the pressure on Toby here. Let's change that one up and get a bit of in-car view for you lot. He's held a decent mid-pack spot most of the race. V-Show swapped a couple of times. Had a good battle with Toby. Had a good battle with LFC fan. And it looks like it won't be long before he's under pressure from Don here. Don is just 1.4 seconds back. And if these two have any kind of battle in front, it is going to allow Don to close up. Takes a 10th then, 1.4. LFC fan were just picking up a penalty, taking one of those corners a little bit too tight. Holds 7th at the minute, just 1.1 back from Don. Obi-Wan a long way back now though. He is 5 seconds away from 7th place. Holds 8th. He's got just under half a second back to Fat Pickles Bros, hunting him down for that position. Can he get it before the end of this race? Oh, a little bit wide for Fat Pickles. He has to adjust his steering, keep that car pointing in a straight line on the grass, but now got dirty tyres. And there is Obi-Wan just disappearing down the road a little bit due to that slight mistake. So holds 9th for now then, Fat Pickles. Manny, with that slight mistake from Fat Pickles, runs up the inside, but then again backs out of that fight. Surprisingly, never thought he would have gone for that. Plenty of room down this straight for that one to have worked. And then JPH, unfortunately, just having a bit of a lonely race all of his own at the minute. 15.8 seconds back in 11th. Wow, we just come back up front to see it kicking off between Hirakram, Boskov and Mocking Weeks again. Mocking Weeks actually getting himself through into second there. Not relinquishing the position back to Boskov this time. So can he put his slightly worn super softs to good use now? Just over 10 minutes remaining. Hirakram on softs, Mocking Weeks on super softs, Boskov on softs. Ricci, cheers buddy. But Hirakram and Boskov have been having a good old punch up. Like I say, Mocking Weeks is, oh, maybe a slight mistake from Boskov. Just runs it a tiny bit wide, looking for a fast line into that turn. Almost drove himself onto the grass. Just loses about 0.3 of a second to Mocking Weeks. Needs to think about getting that back. Mocking Weeks, though, in the meantime, thinks about having to go for first place here down this long straight. He's got the inside line early on. Gets himself into the first place position then. Now he needs to use those tyres as best he can. Hirakram literally pushing him around that turn. Holding the inside line for now then, Mocking. Can he hold on to this position? Again, he just needs to use those super soft tyres. Slipstream, these boys are too close. You might even see Hirakram go for the move back here across the bridge. Mocking Weeks drops it into a defensive position. Hirakram saying, I'm not interested in that. I'm going to come down the inside anyway. And he does, slides his way through the exit of the bridge. Mocking Weeks looks to come back at him, but nowhere to go through this twisty section. Oh, catches the wall through there as well. Boskov might make a move here. Nowhere to go, maybe just a little nudge up the road to again close him up on Hirakram. So they do work well together when they're on the hunt for first. Again, just exploring those track limits. Oh, Mocking Weeks, tight through there. Still just 0.4 of a second between himself and first, 0.3 of a second. There is Boskov, right on his tail. 8.5 minutes remaining then. Who's sleeping? I'm not sleeping. Oh, Mocking Weeks just backed off through there. He's run himself a tiny bit wide. Boskov thought about making a move, but lost a tiny bit of time to Hirakram. Still within slipstream range. Doesn't want to be doing any more of those silly manoeuvres though. Is Boskov close enough to make a move on Mocking Weeks before the end of this straight? I don't think so. Mocking Weeks closing up on Hirakram though. Hard on the brakes into this second to last turn. Keeps himself in touch with Hirakram. Pulls a tiny bit of time over IGTSH Boskov. Going to see it again at the end of this straight then. Mocking Weeks closing up on Hirakram for that first place. Can he get one up the inside here at the end of turn first turn? He backs off, allows Hirakram to hold that position. Boskov still follows them through again, just loses a tenth maybe through there. He's got to be careful, he doesn't want to drop himself out of the slipstream of these two, otherwise it's going to be very difficult to get back up to them. Again, there's Mocking Weeks closing up. Oh, maybe a slight mistake, carrying a bit too much speed through there. Again, he is just starting to show a bit of wear on the front of these tyres. Not just on the front, on the whole thing, but on the fronts. Closing up again on Hirakram. Boskov still right there with them. So he's kept himself in the fight. Back onto this long straight. Let's get ourselves on with Boskov sitting at the back of these three. Change the view up a little bit so we can see all three cars. So he is only half a second back, Boskov. Mocking Weeks very close to Hirakram. Hirakram holding that inside line, but again Mocking Weeks on the softer tyre. Gets himself through. Boskov almost up the inside of Hirakram. Almost up the inside of Hirakram. Again, got to try again. Hirakram looking for any way past Mocking Weeks that he can. Tries around the outside at the bridge. Runs a tiny bit wide, but holds it. Mocking Weeks tucks himself into that gap then. Oh, he might lose this position. Back to Boskov here. Both drivers up the inside of him. Boskov back into second then. Mocking Weeks now third. Great little move by Boskov. Didn't quite make the move stick past Hirakram. But all over the back end of that first place man now. Mocking Weeks, like I say, still not out of this one. It's very consistent laps between these three. Literally, they've been like this since the start of the race. 25 minutes they've been bumper to bumper. Right, I don't want to, but I've got to go and have a look at the other drivers on track. Visho then does get himself past Toby in the end, up into fourth. Toby holds fifth. Sorry boys, I'm not seeing any of these overtakes. Don in sixth. He's all over the back of Toby now as well, so has closed that gap right up. LFC fan loses another position down to 7th. P1 Obi-Wan up into 8th. Gets himself back past Manny. Fat Pickles. Okay, Fat Pickles has been in the pits. Fresh set of tyres on. Comes back out. Oh, he's on the grass. Oh, he's backwards and into the wall. Fat Pickles. No, brother. No. Now, luckily no damage on the car, but he's put himself right at the back of the pack. Dirty tyres. Oh, right at the end of the race as well, Fat Pickles. What a shame. Scrubbing his tyres off there. It does actually look like JPH might be waiting for him a little bit. Don't think there was any contact between those two. So, back up front, 3 minutes 50 left on the clock. They're going to see another lap after this one. On then, Hirakram still holding the top spot. Boskov still second. Mocking Weeks still third. Yeah, been really good racing between these three. No, Boskov's tyres are not too bad, Sean. And this is racing. Do just stretch out a little bit. Still not a lot in it. Just under a second between these three. Mocking Weeks closes back up then. Onto this long straight again. Is Boskov close enough to go for a move at the end of this one? Again. Bit of weaving, trying to drop the toe from the driver behind, but Boskov closed it up on Hirakram. Hirakram's got right over to that left-hand side. He's not going to make it easy for Boskov. Now just chucks himself over a little bit. He's going to make Boskov run the long way round, but Boskov already carrying too much speed, so gets himself through into first. Again, this little battle is just helping Mocking Weeks close that gap back up to these two. Bumper to bumper again for the three of them. And again, Hirakram and Mocking Weeks both getting a good toe down here. You might see Hirakram go for this position around the outside. Mocking Weeks might be able to surprise the pair of them and chuck one up the inside. No, he's a little bit too far back here. Side by side between Hirakram and Boskov. Hirakram gets a tiny knock. Does that help Mocking Weeks? No, he just doesn't carry the speed through that next turn. Quality bit of, oh, into the wall. Boskov, what did you do there? Turned in a little bit early and clattered into the wall himself. Runs a tiny bit wide, keeps it on track though. Again, Mocking Weeks closing that gap right up on Hirakram. Just down to 0.4 of a second between these top three. So a minute left on the race clock. They are going to cross the line, I believe, and get another lap in. Had about 10 or 15 seconds, I think, before left on the clock, with enough time left for another lap. So we'll see. Right, Hirakram then now looking to make a move on Boskov. Not the longest straight in the world, but if he get the inside line into this next turn, Mocking Weeks is thinking, forget that, I'm going for the full racing line here. Carry the speed through down into this start-finish straight. Last chance saloon then for Mocking. Takes the wide line, looking to carry as much speed through this turn as possible. Uses the slipstream from Boskov. Boskov looking for the toe off Hirakram. 10 seconds remaining. These three are going to cross the line and start another lap. Here we go then. 3 wide into turn 1 in this final lap. Who's going to win? Mocking Weeks is not going to back off here, I don't think. Oh, he does. Just to relinquish the position. Now looking to carry the speed. Gets himself past Boskov. Fortunately, Boskov still right behind. Oh, tiny bit of contact right behind Hirakram, so he's just able to keep that door wide open for him. Mocking Weeks just getting nudged wide a little bit there. Closing back up on these two though. I do need to go and have a look at some of the drivers that have finished, being as we've got like 9 minutes of this circuit left. So Don crosses the line, takes 6th position. LFC takes 7th, P1 OB1 8th, Manny takes 9th, JPH is going to come home for 10th in the end. Fat Pickles not too far behind by the end of that one. That's not the line, JPH, that's the line. So he does still take 10th. Fat Pickles does the same thing for 11th. Where are everyone else? Where are... Is it you two? Yeah, Visho and Toby having a battle down this long straight as well. Who's going to win out here? They are in front of the top 3, so... Oh no, they're not, they're just behind. But Boskov gets himself back up front then. Hirakram. Mocking Weeks still right here. Yeah, they're not far behind actually. Boskov then hugging that wall. Oh, went for a dummy there. Hirakram, it didn't work. Boskov didn't fall for it. Where's Mocking Weeks in all of this? Again, Hirakram carrying a bit more speed through those turns, taking that corner a little bit straighter. So again, closes up on Boskov. Looking to get his nose up the outside into this next turn. Doesn't work. Boskov's wise to it again. Mocking Weeks is still right there with them. Unbelievable this has been. Absolutely unbelievable. Bumper to bumper for 30 minutes. Boskov leading for now. Not many corners left for anyone to make a move here. Just go and see how Toby and Visho are getting on. Toby's still leading from Visho at the minute. A couple of opportunities for Visho to try and get that position back. All over the back of Toby already. Picks himself up a penalty though. Boskov then still leading from Hirakram, who's still leading from Mocking. 4 corners left. 3 corners left. Chucking themselves over to different sides of the circuit. Then Hirakram looking to run around the outside through that turn. Leaves the door wide open for Mocking Weeks to have a go up the inside. Who's going to win out? Mocking Weeks just has to back off. Hirakram holds on to 2nd then. Last ditch saloon here into this last couple of turns. They're going to be 3 wide into this last turn. They're like they were into the first turn. Get ourselves on board with Mocking Weeks. They look at these 3 coming across the line. Boskov then goes a little bit wide. Hirakram comes up the inside. Mocking Weeks is going to follow Hirakram through. What is going to happen here? Oh, tiny bit tight there through for Mocking Weeks. So he's going to have to settle for 3rd position. But Hirakram's going to take the win here. Real good battle between these 3. Boskov takes 2nd, Mocking Weeks 3rd. Visho's going to come home in 4th, just in front of Toby there. And we've already seen everybody else cross the line. Wow, what can I say? No, you don't want to be on the in front on that last straight. No, you don't. Wow, great racing there. Clean race as well. How amazing is that? Those three drivers close together like that and still come out with a clean race. Great. So about a 5 or 10 minute break before race 2. 9-lap race for them. Was it 9 laps in the end? Yeah, it was some good racing, wasn't it, Croix? Huh? Was some real good racing. Took second in the end, your mate. Good fight between them though. Fortunately, that little bit of contact between Boskov and Mocking Weeks. If Mocking Weeks had just kept it round the outside, he might have been able to carry the speed past him, but who knows? Who knows how it would have ended up. Still, great racing. Yeah, that was some of the best I've seen, to be honest. Like I say, bumper to bumper like that. Teeny tiny bits of contact to be expected, but yeah, real good race. So we stay at St. Croix, but we change circuit. Let's get ourselves on. So same start finish straight, but we turn the opposite way. We go left instead of right at the end of the track. And this is the same circuit we were racing at last night with the P1 boys in the Audis, so might be familiar to one or two drivers. JPH 99 in that one. P1 Don, were you in that last night, Don? I don't even remember. So yes, we've been given a 10-minute window then between race 1 and race 2. I can imagine that some of those drivers need a little bit of a break after that racing. I bet they're all sweating. So, while we've got a little bit of time, just going to play the old squeeze that in. 30 seconds on, I've got to waffle on for. Sparks Theory, evening. How you doing? It is good racing. Yeah, that was some good racing tonight. I've got to give all of the boys props there. Toby, V Show, you know, they had a real good fight. LFC fan, first night in Fusion League. Yeah, really good. Let's hope race 2 is just as exciting. So you will have those three next to each other, but at the back of the pack. So reverse grid, but it is a free choice of car this time. So there'll be, let's see if everybody's got in their different cars yet. So we've got a couple of Supras, a couple of GT86s, a couple of McLaren 650S, a couple of Hyundais. Got one or two Hondas, Ferraris in this one. Yeah, so it does change it up a little bit. Yes, I can imagine some of the drivers have got a little bit of a flap on after that race. Came off the... yeah. Great racing though, top 3. Wow. What can I say? We saw a masterclass from Rob S last night in the Audis. Literally didn't put a foot wrong last night, did Rob. So you want to see another good race. He got himself 10-second lead by the pit stop window about 20 minutes. Came out the pit stop with 4-second lead and then still stretched it up to 12 by the end of the race. Yeah, literally didn't put a foot wrong. Every corner was spot on, perfect. Yeah, masterclass last night. And again, these boys putting on a good show for us again this evening. So it'll be interesting to see how the different car plays out in this race. Will the top 3 still be able to battle their way through to the front? Well, you'll have to stick about. Find out. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that sort of stuff if it's your first time here. Share it out, tell your mates, tell your mums, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, tricky circuits, these St. Croix circuits, and I do remember, I think it was GTTCC, I could be wrong, but I believe that many a time when we were racing any of these circuits, people would practice the wrong variant or the wrong way round or something like that. Yeah, it doesn't play well for a Friday night when you sit behind the wheel and suddenly realise you've raced the wrong track all week, or you've been practicing the wrong track all week. Not that I practiced. Let's see how race 2 gets on. Have we got anyone? Let's get ourselves on track. Who's the closest driver to... Here we go, we'll get ourselves... Oh, it's JPH again. So he's just been around turn 1, which is a left-hand 90 degree, instead of turning right at the end of the start-finish straight. Into another right-hander here. Get it on track, JPH. Around this long sweeping left. Again, some recognisable parts of this circuit you'll see. Through the right-hander. And this is where they would have come from the other side of that track, back onto this bridge. JPH exploring track limits there as well, nearly taking himself out in the armour coat. And then again we get to the end of this bridge, we're turning completely the opposite way, we're hooking a right at the end, not a left. JPH getting the line into that turn all wrong. So down here into this great big left hand elbow, tight as you like when you come into this. Carries on rolling round to the left here into a sharper right and then quite a long straight. Not as long as we've just witnessed in race 1. But you can see long enough to possibly get a position or two up here if you're in the right position. So this is where it gets a bit tricky. If you don't know this bit of the circuit, it can all get a bit confusing. You might not realise which corners are coming up. Through that left-hander then for JPH into the next sweeping right. And then hanging a 90 right at the end of this one. Down the short little straight into a 90 left, into a second 90 left. Amphetamines or what? Yeah, Mez. So through that 90 right, then through the little, 90 left, through the sweeping right, into 290 right again. Now down the hill and left onto the start finish straight again. So where those red barriers are on the right hand side is where we were entering the track last time. Coming in from completely the opposite side of the circuit. Back onto this start finish straight. JPH not putting in a full lap, makes no odds. It's not a qualifying or anything. Getting his practice laps in though. Practice starts in, sorry. Still got all drivers in the lobby, that's good. Hi, welcome from P1 and IGTSH and GTHR. I know all of you lot. Hilaric. GTHR, remind me what GTHR is. Is it the Hertzgeber Racing? Is it that one? It's not Hilaric Nights because that's obviously a K for the last letter. Oh, I better get myself in this lobby. We're about to start the race. Don't want to miss the start, do we? That's where it all kicks off. So who ended up at the back there? I think it was Fat Pickles Bro. So he's going to start on pole. JPH second. Was it Obi-Wan at that point? And then... Oof. Well, we'll find out in a second. So it is Fat Pickles on pole then. He's in the different Megane. He's still in the Megane, but a different Megane. JPH second. Manny in third. Obi-Wan fourth. LFC Fan in 5th, P1 Don 6th, Toby 7th, V-Show in 8th. Where's he gone? V-Show, wait for these lights to drop. Mocking Weeks in 9th, Boskov in 10th, Eurocramp in 11th. They're off then. Already Manny looking for a position. Switching himself over to the opposite side of the track, gets himself past Fat Pickles Bro. So JPH gets himself past then, Manny gets himself past as well. Fat Pickles Bro has to drop into third for now, but looking to run around the outside of Manny for that second position back. They come up towards turn 2. Side by side through there. Oh, JPH has gone wide, but he holds on to the first place. He's not managed to spin that car around. Fat Pickles Bro gets himself back through to second then in the Renault. The Ferrari of Manny has to drop into third. But now Obi-Wan looking to sneak up the inside here in the 650S. Oh, he just has to back out of that one. Holds a fourth position then. Don in 5th. Again, getting a bit close through here onto this bridge. Everybody getting on well. Do they get off well? There is a bit of a kink on the way on and the way off. Boskop then up into 6th, LFC Fan 7th, Hirokram 8th, Mocking Weeks 9th, V-Show 10th, Toby in 11th. So we'll have to keep an eye on these fast drivers from race 1, see how quick it takes them to get through the field. JPH then still holding first. Pickle still second. Again, everybody through there, everybody still tight. JPH is just making a little bit of a break. Oh, I thought I saw someone go off track there. I think it was, I'm not sure who it was. Might have been Obi-Wan. Yeah, it must have been. No damage on his car, but he's all the way down in 8th position, so just getting that turn a little bit wrong. Saw him pinball across track. No damage on the car, but losing a few positions there. JPH then 1.3 seconds out front at the minute. Please try and follow Hirakram and Boskov again. They're at the back at the minute, not paying attention to them. Although, saying that, Boskov is through into 4th position already. There he is in the McLaren. It's got Hirakram right next to him though. Hirakram's managed to sneak his way through the field as well, kept himself in touch with Boskov. Mocking Weeks right there with him. God blimey, they're so close together I can't tell who's where on track. It's amazing. This is the kind of racing we want to see. Bumper to bumper action. So let's run through the order then. JPH holding 1st position still. Manny through to 2nd. Boskov then just gets past, he gets himself into 2nd. Hirakram right there with him still. Where's Mocking Weeks? Mocking Weeks has made a little mistake. He's now off this fight, now down in 8th position. Whoa, P1 Obi-Wan. What happened there? So can JPH hold on to this lead? Hirakram gets himself into 2nd then. Uses the slipstream down that start-finish straight to get past. Oh, wheel on the grass from Hirakram. GTSH Boskov thinks about a move. But, Hirakram's got the inside line into this next turn. Unless Boskov can run it side by side onto the sweeping left-hander. Fat Pickles goes wide. Into the wall as well. He's picked up rear end damage. Gets himself back on track, but unfortunately out of the fight now. He's got P1 Obi-Wan to play with if he can get himself back up to speed quick enough. Both drivers then getting it a little bit wrong in the early stages of race 2. Way off the pace at the minute. JPH still holding 1.2 second lead from Hirakram. Still dragging Boskov along. Again, bumper to bumper these two. Need Mocking Weeks to get back involved in this fight. LFC fan then gets himself 4th position for now. Don holds 5th. Manny holds 6th position. Mocking Weeks in 7th. So he'll want to get himself back up front and chase down those 2 drivers. He was having a good fight within race 1. Cutting that turn though for Mocking. He's got to be careful. Whoa, who's that? Manny into the wall. That's going to slow him down. Picks up a penalty. Oh no, sorry, is that Mocking Weeks that's picked up a penalty? It is. Yeah, I thought so. That was for cutting that turn, I think. So he now drops himself all the way down to 9th. A lot of work for Mocking Weeks to do then. JPH, his lead under threat. Hirakram all over the back of him. Hyundai versus Hyundai here. Dragging that 650 with them. So nowhere to go for Hirakram at the minute unless he can take a different line. Oh, he goes for the move around the outside here. What a move by Hirakram. Can he keep it on track? Yes, he does. Slings himself around the outside of JPH there. Nothing that JPH could do about that. Boskov then, no way to get through unfortunately, so he has to hang on to 3rd position for now. Does that give Hirakram any kind of chance to break away from the attacking driver? Tight lines through there, not giving Boskov any room to chuck one up the inside. P1 Don's got himself through to 4th. He's now chasing down the top 3. Hirakram has pulled a little bit of time over JPH for the time being. Just half a second. Boskov though all over the back end of JPH. Are we going to see a move at the end of the start-finish straight? It's carrying a fair bit of speed, that Hyundai. The 650 not able to utilise the slipstream down there, close up or make the move on JPH. Oh, JPH is wide through there though. Boskov's had to take a void in action, which has slowed him down. It was a shame. Boskov was looking good to get the move up here. A little mistake just costing him though. Boskov though looking to run up the outside around this long left. JPH just carrying a tiny bit more speed, but Boskov though sticks the hammer down right at the end of the turn, still carrying extra speed, gets himself through into second now. JPH third. Don has closed the gap up, just 1 second back himself in fourth. Maybe even closing up through those turns. Yes, he has. So he'll now start getting a tow from JPH himself, drag himself closer towards these drivers in front. All over the back end of Boskov again. Boskov's got the inside line this time. JPH again not making it easy for him. Keeping him tight over to that inside line. Doesn't allow him to carry much speed through that turn. Oh, again, Boskov a tiny bit wide through there. JPH went for a move, and there is Don tucked under the rear wing of JPH's car now. Just coming onto this long straight as well. Still within touching distance of Boskov, but now got Don all over the back of him in that Ferrari. Can he carry the speed? The Hyundai's pretty quick. Ferrari not able to use the slingshot. Oh, there we go. Hyundai faster than the 650 as well up there. Almost up the inside as well for JPH on Boskov. He's got the inside line into this next turn as well. There's Don tucked onto the back end of Boskov for this fight. Tiny bit of contact. That brings P1 Don right into this fight for third now. All over the back end of Boskov. But Hirakram, with this battling kicking off, he's got himself a 3.1 second lead. There he is, all the way up there. Look. Playing into his hands then. Boskov not able to get past JPH. Oh, great move there by Boskov. Saw the opportunity and took it. Still within touching distance, and again Hyundai just seems to have a bit of extra top end than the McLaren, and I think the Ferrari. There's Toby just in the background of this fight as well, so he's also closing up. Could end up being a three-way fight here for second place. There is the Hyundai closing up on Boskov again. Can he carry the speed around this turn? Boskov goes a little bit defensive, but JPH a bit too far back to make a move into turn one. Closes up under that slipstream though. Don not close enough to make a move yet either. JPH again closing up on Boskov. Pulling a bit of time over Don. Boskov goes defensive. JPH is going to try and run it around the outside. Thought about it, just backed off on the way in. Now the long sweeping left-hander. Might see the move play out here that we've just seen from Boskov. Not quite able to carry as much speed through there as Boskov on that last lap. Still keeps himself within touching distance of him though. Don still there. Toby has closed that gap up. Right, let's have a run through the field. Hirakram way out front, 3.6 seconds. Boskov second, being closely chased by JPH 99. Don just on the back end of this fight as well. Toby, oh, side by side between these two going around the exit of the bridge. Again, this is just allowing Toby and Don to close up on this fight. Don all the way over the back end of JPH's car. Toby now only 1.2 seconds back as well. So one or two more corners with a bit of battling. He'll be right in that fight. Visho as well closing up, holding 6 at the minute, just 2.7 seconds down. Manny another 4 seconds down, nearly 5 seconds down in 7th. Obi-Wan 2.8 seconds down in 8th. LFC Fan 9th position, 1.6 down. A little bit of a penalty he's got to lose as well. Mocking Weeks, unfortunately, down in 10th position and a long way off the back of LFC Fan. He's on those super soft tyres, 5 seconds down for him. And then Fat Pickles Bro, unfortunately, 11th place. Hirakram then 4 seconds out front. Boskov still second, JPH still third, Don still fourth. Can Don get this position off of JPH? Doing well in race 2 though, JPH holding on to this third place. There's no Boskov and stroke Hirakram to follow at the minute. It's Boskov, JPH and Don is the fight. Can't even see Hirakram in front of Boskov from Don's point of view. Here he is, just turning onto that start-finish straight again. Ferrari sounding good. Again, that Hyundai has just got something extra. Boskov just starting to pull away a little bit from JPH as well. He got 0.8 of a second on him. Going to be careful he doesn't lose the toe here, JPH. Drops up to 0.9 of a second. Still got Don tucked under his rear wing. That long sweeping left then, nowhere to go for Don. He thinks about chucking one up the inside, but it will give JPH the inside line through this next turn. But can Don carry more speed across the bridge? Closes up, he backs off actually, allows JPH to hold on to third. He's got a bit of a penalty he's got to drop there then. That's possibly why. Overtaking with a penalty. With a penalty is a penalty. You will get penalised for that next week. Whether it be a time added to your overall race time or a quali ban or something like that. So yes, no overtaking with a penalty in the GTTCC. But now Boskov has started to pull away a little bit from JPH. That gap. Oh, who was that in the background? Was that Toby? It was, just clattering into the wall. He's got away without any damage, luckily. Just drops a couple of tenths back from Don in that fight. Don just losing the last bit of his penalty now, so he can get back up to full race pace and go put it back on JPH if he can. So yes, the gap between second and third now is up to 2 seconds. Well out of that slipstream range for JPH. Still Hirakram pulling time over the second place driver. Gap up to 4.5 seconds. Over the halfway mark as well. Bit of work for Boskov to do then if he's looking to get back on the top step. JPH and Don are still battling it out. Toby right up on this fight now. Just over a second between himself and Don. He'll start getting a toe soon. Visho also in the Toyota GT86. Not doing too bad either. That thing's sounding pretty good. It's just 1.3 back himself. So him and Toby having a good race in race 1 as well. Visho can get up onto the back of Toby. Oh, I see a repeat. So Obi-Wan having a little bit of a lonely race at the minute. 10 seconds in front to Visho, 5 seconds back to Manny in 8th. Manny also a little bit lonely. He's got Mocking Weeks just making up a position past LFC Fan, so he gets himself up into 9th, 2.8 seconds down from Manny. LFC Fan in 10th. Again, he might be able to get that position back off of Mocking by the end of this lap. Or by the end of this straight, sorry. Not quite that time. And poor Fat Pickles Bro, unfortunately 30 seconds down. enjoying tonight's race. Looks like he might be pulling over. He's doing burnouts on the line while he's got 3.5 minutes while these boys come round. Chucks himself in the pits though. That might be the end of Fat Pickle's race tonight. He might sit the rest of this one out. Hirokram then. Look at the gap he's got. 5 seconds over Boskov now. Boskov. Oh, what's happened here? Toby has snuck his way through into third. Visho has pulled himself back into this fight as well. It's all kicking off here for this final podium position then. Just over 11.5 minutes remaining. 4-way fight here for this final podium step. I don't even know who to go. Let's go on board with somebody and then we'll figure out where we are. No, wrong driver. That's what I wanted. So Don gets his way up to third. He's using the slipstream down that long straight. So Toby has to drop into fourth. Visho fifth. JPH though loses out on all that and gets himself pushed down to 6th position. So can Don hold on to this third? Oh, here come the Toyotas. Oh, a little bit wide there for Toby. Loses him a 10th in that chase for P1 Don. Here's a big battle for third here, mate. If JPH is not losing too much time, hopefully he can stick on this fight and put it back on him. So Don just stretching up to half a second. Visho though looking up the inside of Toby here, side by side for the 2 GT86s. Through he goes, takes fourth. JPH still hanging on to the back. Don is just stretching out again, another 10th or 2. There's a long way off second place, but 5.5 seconds. Don't think he's going to make that up in 10 minutes. Not without a mistake from Boskov in front, and that's probably not likely going to happen. Pulls another couple of tenths, does he? No, just looks that way. JPH is hanging with him though. He's not out of this fight yet. It's just half a second back from Toby. Visho almost up the inside of Don there. He's going to have to be real careful here, Don. He doesn't lose his position. Oh, almost had the line up the inside of P1 Don there, did Visho. Thought better of it. Oh, Toby going wide, nearly taking himself out on the bridge. You think Don's going to take it, do you? Well, we'll see. We'll see. He's not out of the woods yet. He's got these 2 Toyotas bearing down on him. He's still got JPH just tickling away in the background, waiting for somebody to leave a door wide open. So Hirokram then, 8.5 minutes remaining, 5.2 seconds lead in the Hyundai. Purple sectors he's chucking in as well. He's already got fastest lap of the race with a 3:16.2. And he's putting in purple sectors still. Losing a bit of time to Boskov there though. Is it going to be another purple sector from him? Let's go halfway down this straight, we'll find out. Yes, it is. Can he get another fastest lap here? Still same order for third position. Don holding third. We will just stick with Hirakram while he's going for this hot lap. So Don holding third, Toby fourth, Visho fifth, JPH in sixth. Oh, he's lost a bit of time here. Hirakram might not be able to make that fastest lap this time. Just had to back off through that turn as well. I've lost him a couple more tenths. Still pulling time on Boskov though, that's up to 5.5 seconds. Final turn here for Hirakram. I don't think it's going to be fastest lap. Not quite, very close. It's another 3:16 from him. So still 5.5 seconds between himself and Boskov. Great big gap, 6.5 seconds back to Don. Don's almost broken free of the slipstream. Toby then in fourth position. Visho just out of slipstream range, 1.2 seconds back. Still got JPH for company though. 6 minutes remaining. Obi-Wan, lonely race for him, sitting in 7th. Mocking Wheat's got himself back up into 8th. He's still got LFC Fan for company and Manny in 9th and 10th. And yeah, Fat Pickles decided to sit this the end of this race out. More purple sectors from Hirakram. .7 second lead over this man here. Oh, now you want to focus on Don. You want to make your mind up. So he has pulled a bit of time over Toby, 1.2 seconds. Can Toby do anything about that? Pulls another 10th back, does Toby, as they exit the bridge. Gets that time back down below a second. It does just creep back over a second. JPH still crawling over the back end of Visho, looking for a way past. In fact, both drivers with a bit of a penalty here. 1 second penalty for both of them. JPH just backing off, allowing Visho to keep that position. Loses half his penalty through there, whereas Visho holds on to his. Drops a little bit through there. Yeah, difficult to try and lose your penalty and stay in the fight. So that fight for third place just stretching out then. Don then holding it, 7.7 seconds down from second place. 1.5 over fourth place behind him though. Visho in fifth. Still a great big chunk of penalty he's got to lose. Picked up more somewhere. JPH has almost dropped his, so that might play into JPH's hand here. Obi-Wan still under no threat behind from Mockin, 4.5 seconds down. He's managed to pull a bit of time from Manny though. 1.3, so gets him out of the slipstream rail. Oh, LFC Fan goes a little bit wide through there. Gets a little bit squirrely on the way out, but keeps it on track. Holding 10th. Hirakram with the penalty then. Ugh, after all that. Yeah, you could be right there, Sean. Done it for a while. Come on, Don. Don getting the shouts then. Don getting the shouts. Yeah, it's good points on the board for Hirakram as well. Plenty of races left. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Plenty of races left. But Don, though, holding that third. Pulled more time from Toby. Gap up to 2.5 seconds. So Mez could have been right. His money was on Don for third. It's looking good so far. 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. Hirakram out front. 6.8 seconds over Boskov. Still got a bit of a penalty to lose, but plenty of time to play with. Boskov then exiting the bridge. Still got 7, nearly 8 seconds over Don. Pulling more time from Toby. Toby coming back under pressure from V-Show in the background. JPH still there as well, just over a second back. Still got a penalty to lose for V-Show. So JPH just outside of that slipstream range. He's got to hope that V-Show loses that penalty and allows him a bit of a hunt back on him. So is there any real fights going off on track at the minute as we come round? Oh, we're going to see, yeah, we're going to see a second lap after this one. Yeah, Toby and V-Show are pretty close. JPH just 1.5 seconds down off that fight now. See what else is kicking off on track. Obi-Wan out on his own still. Still got Mocking Weeks closing up, 3.8 seconds the gap. There is Obi-Wan just heading around that turn, so something for Mocking Weeks to aim for. He was a long way back, but less than a minute on the clock. Are they going to see it across the line? Is Mocking Weeks going to get a chance to hunt down and take that 3 seconds out of Obi-Wan? I don't think it's going to happen. Even if he gets round and starts a new lap, I don't think it's going to happen. Manny then just tucked in 9th position behind Mocking. LFC fan lost a bit more time to Manny, unfortunately. Pickles has got himself out of the pits for this final lap. Here comes Hirakram then. 20 seconds remaining. Definitely going to see another lap here. There he goes across the line. Boskov. Another lap for him as well. Don. Ooh, yes, just gets across the line. Toby. No, Toby's the first of the finishers, then takes 4th position. V-Show all over the back of him right at the end of that race. Takes 5th. JPH losing a bit more time right at the end there, so 2.5 seconds back in 6th. Don takes 7th. Mocking Weeks did close up a little bit. Comes home in 8th position. Manny backwards for 9th. LFC fan takes 10th position. Fat Pickles is going to come home for 11th. Oh, or does he? Oh, no, 8th. Front and rear end damage just before the end then. Why not? Why not? So, just the top 3 getting through, but great big gaps between them. Hirakram, what are you doing? Losing your penalty and getting the gap up to 10 seconds. Maybe a little mistake from Boskov, because P1 Don's managed to take a second out of his time as well. 2.5 actually. So yeah, I think there's a little mistake from Boskov on one of those turns. Again, it's going to take one of those on every corner for P1 Don to stand a chance, I think, now. Still got a little bit of a penalty to lose, Hirakram, but nothing to worry about at all. That's right, Sean. Hit that like button, people. Subscribe and stuff, and do things, and share it and stuff. And tell your mums. No more mistakes from Boskov yet then. Don still with a 6.7 second deficit on him. But yes, you were right, Mez. He did take that 3rd position. So just a few corners left for Hirakram then. Taking the win in race 1. Did he take the win in race 1? Yes, he did. Boskov took 2nd. Mocking Weeks took 3rd. So yes, good points tonight for Hirakram. Points for fastest lap as well. He has gone quicker, 3:16.1 for Hirakram. Boskov, yeah, he's got one 3:16 in there. His last lap was a 3:19, so yeah, massive great mistake there. So Hirakram just comes through this final turn, just the half the start finish straight to go before he crosses the line. Probably not even going to bother losing that penalty before he stops either. Oh, maybe he does. Okay. Takes the win then, Hirakram, in race 1 and race 2. Boskov put up a good fight, but just couldn't do anything in the end against Hirakram. And P1 Don then, yes, coming through to take 3rd place in the end. But real good drive from Hirakram and Boskov. Both drivers starting from the back of the pack. Unfortunately, Mocking Weeks not able to follow them through and give us as good a fight as we had in race 1. But there's still some good action in that one. Kick the like button. Good. Elbow drop it. Elbow drop that like button, people. That's what it needs. It was talking about your mum. Why's my microphone suddenly come loose? Damn it. Stupid things. No problem, Sean. No problem. Yeah, that's it then. That's it. Rounds 5 and 6 done and done for you lot. Back at the same time, same place next week for rounds 7 and 8. I myself am back on Wednesday nights for the Team Oliver Racing GR3 League. No minis on Monday this week. It's been postponed for a week. So back on Wednesday at 8:30 for the Team Oliver Racing GR3 League. Thursday night, 9 o'clock for P1 Boys in their Audi TT series. 9 o'clock again next Friday, same time, same place for rounds 7 and 8 of the GTTCC hosted by Mature Racing Club. Get yourselves back. So that's pretty much going to be it for tonight. What are you lot all chatting about? Thanks for streaming, no problem at all. Shared on the Independent GTS Hungary page. Thank you very much, appreciated. If you could do that every week, that'd be great. So if you want to help my channel out, there's a couple of ways you can do it. You can get yourselves over to buymeacoffee.com/dartsmoker and drop a donation on there if you want. Or if you actually want something for pretty much the same price, £3, I'll send you a couple of stickers anywhere in the world, Mr. Croix, all right? If you want some stickers, let me know. I'll send them out to wherever the hell you are. Also got t-shirts available. £22 for t-shirts. You do get one free sticker with that, and it's free postage as well, and I do post those out around the world as well, so don't feel afraid to ask, all you Europeans. So yes, that's about it for tonight. I hope you've liked what you've watched. If you have, give it a like, comment, subscribe, tell your mates, tell your mums. My name's Dart Smoker. I'm out of here.